Welcome to the Work Hate podcast. I'm Bron Lewis and this is my co-host Bretty Blake. If you've ever had a job, chances are you've had a psycho boss, pretty bad work conditions or an insufferable workmate. And if you've never had any of those, you're the problem.
It's fucking you.
Yeah. Joining us today is who, Bretty Blake?
We're here with Billy Stiles, comedian,
Yes.
entrepreneur, and the only man I know who still has something rusty.
Oh,
I haven't seen that brand in years,
is
brother.
that odd? Because someone said that to me when I was on somewhere. They came up and they go, I knew you were going to be funny when I saw that T-shirt. And I'm like, what? What's that even mean, dude?
Well, yeah, that doesn't even make sense. Like, I knew you'd like dominate a half pipe if you're wearing that shirt.
Dude, I thought it was all right. I got it from
No, it's really
Maya.
good.
It
It's
was
very
kind
clean.
of-
Maya sell rusty
It
now.
was more than $20.
Or was it a
for
long
me,
time
that's
ago?
like, you know when you pay more, you get those cheap T-shirts, but then you go, I'm gonna pay more. I did
Yeah.
that with this, and this guy said that too. So
But
And
also
recently? You bought that recently?
yeah, a year ago.
Every-
Oh, yeah,
in
that's
the last
recent.
12.
Yeah.
every time I see a man in a white shirt, I'm like, it's just a countdown to tomato sauce.
I only wear it when I'm skinny.
Oh, okay.
This is
You
me
look good.
Skinny. This is me skinny. I used to be not skinny, and I didn't wear white, man. Like,
White's not flattering, is it?
not really. No.
No.
You learn that early.
Today,
I've got
it
4
looks
sisters,
great.
Brian. I learned that early that white.
They
was
said
not
don't
the-
wear white.
That's
No.
why I wear black. I weigh 300 kilos. You actually can't tell.
Yeah, you're all right. You're going all right.
Yeah, you know, I think.
No, you look great. Okay, Billy, I'm so excited that you're on here today because we've interviewed a few people now, but I just knew that whilst you're probably newer to comedy than the people that we've interviewed, I just know you're going to have a really rich tapestry of employment behind you.
And I can just guess that none of those jobs were ever over $90,000 a year. I feel like you're the same as me.
I haven't seen 90 grand.
No.
Never.
Forklift, truck driver, working class man, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I used to go, it was how much you know, with wages, it came down to what if I could spend it on a weekend, like, and it wouldn't run out till Sunday night, that was enough.
That's enough, yeah.
On drinking, you know, so 500 was plenty when I was 20. Then you needed a bit more as you got older and more established drinking.
I used to,
over the weekend, so you didn't spend anything during the week?
Not much. I'd wait till, well, I didn't have any during the week till I got paid Thursday generally for a long time.
Thursday I'd get paid as well to be like $480 or
Yes.
something, or $440. And then you'd go, Thursday it would go to the Foundry, and that would be the first night out. Friday would be the casino. Saturday would go to Metro's Frio. Sunday the cot. And then I'd buy one nice shirt on Thursday to go out to the cot.
Ooh.
And then I'd be fucking broke on Monday. No
Monday
money.
Centrelink.
Yeah, Monday, you know when you scrounge around your center console looking for like
Yeah.
$3 or something? That was me on a Monday.
Yeah, I was
It's
borrowing.
me now.
I was borrowing money for lunch every week, and just to get to Thursday, like I'd eat minimum, and yeah, I'd just struggle to Thursday, and then it was just, I'm back.
Did your Smoko Lounge used to put thing on tick for you?
Yeah. I had a mate that
That's where they make their money.
that owned a servo, like an Egyptian guy, and I'd go in and see him. I go, dude, can I just like get some stuff till I'll fix you Thursday? And I'd end up owing heaps too on Thursday.
You had a tab
too.
at the servo.
Tab at the servo.
Our Smoko Lounge, our
Holy.
local one, when I worked at Balustrating WA. Shout out to the boys; they're still going hard. We used to go there, but the lady knew. She's like, "Mate, you just rack it up all week, sort us out on Friday. Thursdays when you get
Perfect.
paid." And you were like, "Fuck yeah, it's Monday. You're hungover. Like, can I get a schnitzel? Can I get this?" Living like a king, and then you'd have to fucking fork over $100.
It's the
off
whole
ride.
wage. You just took
Siggy's
out.
was the thing.
Clever.
Siggy's was the thing that got you. Like you needed darts. I smoked. Did you?
I didn't smoke when I was younger. I started later. You know, when I was
That's really
more mature.
clever.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
good.
yeah.
It's a good. If you've had time to think about it, really weigh up the pros and cons,
Yes.
and you've lent into pros.
Yes.
You.
And
Idiot.
I also stopped for 2 years, and then I started again about
That's
6
good.
months ago.
That's
So,
really clever.
You know, it's great.
You should write a book.
How to be a fucking idiot.
How to start smoking with Bretty Blake.
Yeah, it's one page. Just be a legend.
One of my friends took up smoking at 27.
Nah, that's
I'm like,
okay.
Yeah, that is.
That's
yeah.
crazy. Like I took it up late.
I'm judging. It was only 2 years after I did it. You know,
Yeah.
Did you do
It's so
25?
dumb.
I think I was 25, 26.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're out of the woods by then. You don't need to.
Well, I smoked when I was younger, like 14, and then I liked it, and then I stopped. I've always been stopping and starting. And then I'm always mad for a durry on
That's
the weekend.
a really good trait in a person.
What?
Just someone who can't stick to anything. That's hot.
Yeah. That's called ADHD. I have it. Yeah.
It also meanwhile you've never had a job for very long. Are you the same, Billy? Have you had a job for? What's the longest job you've ever had?
They've been lately. I got good. Like I got good lately, but I had to, necessity. But
Yeah.
couldn't
keep asking mum for your ciggy money.
before about 6 years ago, I wouldn't stay. I don't think I was in one for more than a year.
Wow.
I couldn't.
You've got ADHD as well, don't
Yes,
you? Yeah.
yes.
You guys, I feel like you guys are the OG ADHDs.
think so.
It must be very annoying nowadays having people who are like, so I can't concentrate. I've got ADHD.
I can't concentrate at work. I'm so ADHD.
Yeah,
it's
I'm
like you've just
sorry,
got a shit job. Yeah.
I'm 10 minutes late. Oh, I've got ADHD. That must be very annoying because
It's
you two
debilitating.
stink of ADHD, I must say.
Yeah, and
It's
when
called BO, but yeah, that's
yeah, we've spoken about this heaps when we were on gigs. Like,
Yeah.
that's what we talk about.
Yeah.
And it's debilitating. I didn't know how much it was affected me till I got diagnosed because I just thought I was someone that was dumb or whatever. And
Oh,
you know what I
that's
mean?
horrible.
Like you do though, because you're trying to fit into this world that you don't fit into, and and you just think, oh, I can't do what why haven't I got a house? Oh, that's right, you blew all your money because apparently with ADHD you know the rules but you can't follow them. Like the message doesn't. It makes no sense because the message doesn't get to you. The part of the brain that's sensible. I don't know, but like I had $16,000 worth of fines at one stage, and they
Like speeding fines. Like
parking, speeding, everything, and they pulled me
yeah.
over one day, and they checked it, and they're like, "You're not going, mate. You're not leaving this car park." And I'm like, "What?" They go, "We want money now. You owe this much."
the cops.
Yeah, because you don't know how much. Because you don't open your mail, Brett. You know that how. You look at
Yeah,
your mail and go,
well, you know
that's
that's a
not
fine.
good news.
no, they're not setting out how you
it's
doing,
not-
Billy.
It's not birthday cards anymore in the mail. It's always a fine. I stupidly opened mail the other day, sheriff's notice.
Yeah, mate.
From 2020. I was like, how the fuck? That was during the pandemic, and I'm like, I have got no other
for what, a
information
speeding
about.
fine
No,
or-
it was a
what is it?
parking ticket from City of Melbourne, and apparently I didn't vote.
Yep.
But I voted at the last election and the one before.
Yeah. Might have missed,
Liars.
like missed a state one or something.
Oh, who
There's-
fucking cares?
So you didn't open any email, so you just had $16,000 worth
And that-
of fines, and then they said you can't leave
you
the
know-
car park until you pay.
Yeah, so because they were pulling everyone over just doing license checks and that. Because you know that you owe heaps. And that's the thing with ADHD, you don't want to deal with any trauma. When you go into a trauma response when it comes to filling out forms and doing anything. So you just go, I can't, I'm not looking at it.
Yeah.
And then it gets you one day like the sheriff. There's a sheriff.
Yeah.
In town, sheriff's back in town.
I thought it was
What the
made up. I was
hell?
like, what is it, fucking
That's
Clint
not
Eastwood's
real.
knocking on the door or some shit?
I was disappointed. I saw him. He didn't have a mustache. I was like, come on.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. It's something a toddler would say. I'm the sheriff.
You
You're like,
should have one.
okay, you're 3. Fuck
He
off.
has a badge. He does.
What?
Does he? Yes.
Apparently they can
That is
seize your
sadly-
vehicle.
They've
Oh.
got it's a sheriff, but he didn't have a mustache. I was shattered, man.
Yeah, that is
Should
dreadful.
have.
You should go for that job.
Did
you go to
Grow your
court?
mustache.
Hey,
Did you go to court?
I did a payment plan. This is funny.
Fuck, for
So
the
I did
next
a payment.
17 years.
Dude, it took 7 years, and I was paying 100. I think it was like $100 or something a week,
Yeah, okay.
or a month,
That'd take
a
long-
monthly
yeah.
one.
Whoa.
And I kept cancelling on these payment plans. They go, "This is your last payment plan, dude." I was even not doing them, not paying my payment.
Also, when you can
make
like,
agreement.
and then but if you don't follow it, they'll go. You have to
Yeah,
just
so
pay
I got
now.
down to that because I kept defaulting on them.
Okay.
So I'm like, I'll just default,
Yeah,
and
good
then,
idea
and then start a
plan.
new one. I'd ring up Monday and go, sorry, I didn't pay this. Can I start a new payment plan? And they just go, you've defaulted the last 12, like we're not going to give you one after this. So I went, I better pay this because the next step's you're going in jail.
Holy hell!
And I've spent 4 hours in a cell once, and I decided that night that I was never going to jail. So
That's good.
it's amazing what fear will do to you. And I paid them all, but I didn't. This is the funny thing. I didn't know how much I had left to pay on them because you just go to the post office back then and just pay. And I'm like, one day I went, I wonder how much I owe. And I rang up and I go, how much do I owe on all these fines? And they go, oh, no, you finished paying them 6 months ago. And
Also,
I'm like,
just donating
I'm like,
money.
sorry, so you owe me now.
Well, they just didn't tell
So
you.
they owed me 400 or something.
And they're like, can we go on a payment plan?
Dude, I was
never
going to
paying.
You've
start.
actually defaulted twice, guys. This is
gonna
your last
start-
strike or you're going to
I
jail.
was going to start sending them letters.
Yeah.
Put your
Really
badge
fuck
on.
with their life,
Not
you know?
acceptable.
Billy, what's the worst job you've ever had?
Or I think the hardest depends. Worst, hardest, concreting
Concreting would
with
suck.
on the where you got the big hose. You know that one, Brett.
Yeah.
So you got this hose, concrete's coming from the truck over the roof or whatever, and but it's heavy, so you got to rest it on your knee there. I lasted 2 days on that, and that was the hardest physically. You get like concrete in your eyes.
And it dries and it burns
Yeah,
as
spits
well
out
when it
at
gets
you.
on you. Yeah,
So
it's
who
fucking
would
awful.
stay at that job?
They get paid a fair
Do
bit.
they?
Yeah,
Big dudes. Like
Okay.
I'm not cut for it. Like I'm not the weakest guy, but I'm not those guys that can hold that thing all day and not complain. Like I was complaining all
You're a
day.
surfer. You're not
Yeah,
supposed to do
I'm-
stuff
I'm
like
a,
that.
I'm a
Yeah.
skater, surfer.
And whatever you want me to be, but it's not a concreter.
Yeah, and so that was the hardest physically. That one, that was the hardest physically. But I've had a lot just.
And how'd you quit though? Were you just like, this is not for me, or you just never
gave
went
me
back?
my mate gave me that job, and no, I got sacked actually. The owner of the company come out and worked with me. He's like, nah, because I was, he kind of went undercover boss on me and sacked me on the car on the way back. So
2 days in, that's pretty steep to be going undercover boss. Like, rumour must have got
Yeah.
around very quickly.
that was the only sacking I never complained about. I went like, nah,
That's fair.
You've nailed it.
Yeah.
Good
You're
choice.
actually a good
Good
boss.
choice.
Yeah, you've made
Really?
a good financial decision.
Good idea.
Because,
Accurate.
I'm not coming in tomorrow,
Yeah.
cunt. So you may as well look good.
That was the worst.
And have you you say that's the only one you've been fired by that you've been like fine with? Is there one that you like really kicked up a stink?
Yeah,
Because I'd love to see that.
I mean, I didn't care about the job per se. I cared that I didn't have the money on the Thursday
Yeah.
night, right? So there's been a few. There was one down here. I worked at a furniture place that came to mind. So they sacked me for just, not being lazy and stuff like that. But there was this display with all the colours on it, like for like that stuff you do on chairs. What's it called? Haberdashery.
Upholstery.
Upholstery.
Yeah.
What's haberdashery? I don't know.
I don't
like
know.
a-
I think
it's
it's
fabric.
arts. Ah,
Something
yeah.
like that. So, but all the displays of the colour, like little squares, but there was hundreds of them, right? And I used to look at it and think, I'm going to kick that over one day. All right?
You're already planning your
Natural.
exit? Yeah.
I didn't think it'd be. So I got sacked upstairs in the office, and it's round the corner on Johnston. And as I'm walking out, my mates are sitting at the desk because they got me that, because my mates used to get me jobs because I couldn't get them legit. And here's me, I've been sacked. I'm upset because I thought I was doing okay at this one,
Yeah.
like getting by, and it was an easy job, a few deliveries each day and that. And I just went, fuck it, as I'm walking out. And I just flicked it. I said to my mates, I just got sacked. And just went bang, and I just heard it hit the ground because it was like a tile floor. I'm like, yeah, that felt good.
And your mates are like, we've got to stop recommending him for jobs.
cannot.
He
Oh
keeps
my-
doing this shit.
So it was hundreds of, but they were 8 deep on each, like on a,
Yeah, it's like
on a
those-
nail, on a nail.
They're like, now I get what
Oh
you're
my
talking
God.
about. They're colour swatches on like little wooden things that sit on a nail.
On a nail.
And you can like take them off as samples and put them up against things
Yes.
around your house. That's a fucking nightmare because it would
Dude.
take 3 hours to pick up all that shit.
Every shade of grey, every shade of
yeah,
blue.
and then you got to put it back in the colour coordination
Yes,
because it's got to
mate.
go deeper. Fuck, man, that's
So-
actually sick. I'm a big fan of that one. And also, we're around the corner. Let's go over there and kick it over again.
So I banged it over, and two of my mates work there, and I'm like, that's. I wish I could turn around, but I can't, and I want to see what that did. But my mate rang me that night, and he goes, "Dude, that took us 5 hours."
5 hours.
yeah, but then your
know.
mate had to do it though.
Yeah,
That's the shit part.
He was
It's like, it's
angry.
not the boss doing it.
He was angry at me. I'm like, I got sacked, mate, and I didn't think it was that fair, So
well, that's a proper tantrum
that was
on
a
the way
tension.
out.
But I've been sacked from lights, man. I started getting sacked at age 13.
Oh, good.
I got sacked from
Started
being a ball.
early?
I was a ball boy at the tennis at Kooyong, Aussie Open. Me and my mate got sacked.
13. What'd you do? How can you fire a kid as well? Isn't it charity?
At 13, you weren't allowed to have a job.
Yeah, so
How old are you, Billy? Were you down a coal mine?
It was my mate Blake. His name was Blakey, Robert Blake. So we were ball boys and we're doing all right. So they chuck us on the scoreboard on centre court, and they go, "You don't have to do ball boy." It's like scoreboard was the plum job.
Yeah.
And Blakey was a good talker, so he got us in there. And so we're doing the scoreboard. Boris Becker's playing like Wally Massour. It was a big match.
So it's a proper fucking legit Boris Becker.
You know the scoreboard you look at when you're on centre court?
Yeah.
We're doing that, and we're 13. And me and him are going, but we start talking to these private school girls in front of us because we're just sitting, because at Kooyong, it wasn't like it is now. At Kooyong,
Becca's like, how the fuck am I losing? And Billy's like, hey, babe, how are you?
yeah, so we start talking to these girls in front of us, and we're like ball boys, we're cool as, and me and Blakey left the scoreboard on like it was like 5 all juice, and we left. But it had gone past that by about 2 games, and we'd been just chatting.
Oh my God.
And people were looking up, not knowing the score.
Why would no one come down and be like, excuse
They
me?
did.
Okay.
But they had to walk to get to us. They had to walk through everyone.
Right.
Through the court.
Up the staircase, like we're at the back level of the grandstand.
If anyone would have enjoyed that, it would have been Boris Becker. He's a bit of a pants man, isn't he?
Yeah.
So he'd be like, look, brother, I get it. Isn't he the tennis player that like rooted someone in the alley?
Cupboard.
In the cupboard. And then he was like, how did I, and like 10 years later had a kid or something with her. And he's like, how? I didn't even get it in before I cummed or something. And he really had.
That is a
Yeah.
yuck
So we got the
story.
tab. We got
Hey,
the
look,
tab.
it's in the newspaper.
And
Yeah,
then
that's
they
true.
said they got up. And were they nice to you? Were they
No,
like you're
not at
ruining the
all.
whole?
Not one
they
bit.
were.
Kooyong is so official, and we're from the suburbs of Bundoora, me and Blakey. We shouldn't have been there.
You shouldn't have been
We were
there.
like the only high school kids that got to be ball boys just because of Blakey knew people and that. And we shouldn't have got in. We shouldn't have got that job on the scoreboard. They should have left us on the courts, throwing balls and that. But yeah, so we got a
How
tap.
did you even get into the
My
world of
mum's like,
tennis?
how'd you get sacked, Billy? Like,
Oh, pretty easily. I did nothing. I ruined the game. I ruined the whole tournament.
But, I mean, I was mucking around with numbers, but phone numbers, you know.
I didn't. Yeah, I look at whenever I drive past Kooyong, I have a laugh.
It was absolutely not your fault. It was their fault for trusting
Shouldn't have
to.
trusted us.
13-year-old
You know what we're getting
boys.
paid?
That's on everyone for trusting me. Yeah, how dare you?
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're getting $6 a day.
A day?
Yeah. It was-
Child labour.
It was just like
How
back
old
then.
are you, Billy?
I'm old. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
$6 a day.
no, but it was just
He's actually, we're talking to a ghost. The ghost of Billy Stiles.
it was for lunch. That they considered that year lunch and that. But me and Blakey were taking like 20 cans of Coke out of the Eskies a day too. In
Oh,
our
you're selling
backpacks.
those?
We
Yeah.
made it work. You know what I mean?
You've got it. Yeah.
Was-
If they're not getting paid well, steal stationery, take the boss's car, siphon fuel.
Smash down all the swatches.
We're getting to the city, then one out to Kooyong. So we needed Cokes. You know, we needed Fanta get us by.
Bit of sun kissed.
But yeah, we got sun kissed, mellow yellow.
Haven't had a sun kiss in a while.
They were like flat Fanta, weren't they?
Yeah. They were still good though.
Yeah.
And if you could go back, Billy, I know you've had lots of jobs.
Yeah.
If you could go back in time and say something to a boss that you hated, or maybe it doesn't have
I
to be a
feel like by
boss.
the look in Billy's
Yeah.
eyes, he's had this one locked and
Yeah,
loaded
like-
for years.
Oh no!
Doesn't have to be a boss,
I
it
don't
could
have to
just
go
be a
back in
colleague.
time. I did it. Like,
Oh wow!
Really?
This is amazing.
okay, so we'll cut to this because it's going to be short today, don't we? I can go for hours, but
Yeah, good.
Keep
All right,
going.
so I've been sacked from 2 Christmas parties on the day.
What?
So
No,
Nah.
normally they wait till the Monday. This
All
is
right.
good.
So-
I want
On the
both of
day.
these.
Yeah.
Okay, so right, I had this. I got the best job I ever got. It was a courier job, but it was a medical courier, so it was paid well. It was a real full-on job. Like I'd go to forensic with dry ice. I had a hand in my van one day. Like I
Amazing.
picked up a hand. And
Did you ever just tempted to pick it up and just wave at someone out the window or flip them off?
How'd you get fired?
Yeah.
So I remember thinking.
Oh, stop touching my butt.
I remember thinking. Imagine if I lost this hand.
Yeah. Oh God, I'm so
Imagine you
nervous
lost a
about this.
hand.
If you did lose a hand, then you come
Someone
in like
already lost
bleeding
one.
with a stump. You're like, no, that's the same one. Yeah.
It's good as gold.
So I had that job, but so end of year comes and they're like, and I didn't want to stay in this job. It was too full on for me. But this guy goes, dude, you got to come to the Christmas party. They fly us wherever it is. Like, and this year was going to be in Cairns.
Nice.
Yeah. So
Oh, beautiful.
so I'm
Excited.
I'm excited. I'm going to Cairns. I'm hanging in there for this just the end of the year. And he goes, you get bonuses and that. I'm like, sweet, cool. I'll hang till then. And you got to take a partner, but I didn't have a partner at the time, so I took my
Blakey.
mate. No, not Blake. Blakey was gone by then.
Had too many cokes. He's dead.
Partnership wasn't working.
Diabetes got him. That's what that hand was for. He lost his hand. Some people lose their feet, not him.
So I took my mate Ash this time. Me and Ash would go out all the time. And that. So we got there on the Friday.
Taking your mate to a Christmas party is a fucking wild
I know.
call.
Yeah.
You really got to pick the right person
yeah, and I did. So
for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
and so we get there on the Friday. The function's on the Saturday night. They go, all you got to do is turn up to this function. That's all you got to do. The rest of the weekend in Cairns is yours. I'm like, cool. I'll do that. But then we got there on the Friday night. Me and Ash went out, and we'd had a few. That was all right. We got home, and then the Saturday comes, And we're at a great resort and stuff. And me and Ash just start drinking by the pool about 12.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what
Love
else
a
did you
day
do?
drink.
This is fine.
Day
Everything
drink.
so far is fine.
Crownies.
You know things are going well
Yeah,
when you're
they've
having a
got gold.
crownie.
I think
And
it's
also
real
the fact
gold,
that they
those
still.
stickers. It
Crownie
is.
bottle's so good. I love
Yeah.
it.
It must have been a while ago because I haven't seen a crownie in a
I've
long
not
time.
since like a 1996 wedding or something.
I know. I think we just thought we were stars, so we're going to drink
Yeah.
crownies.
Yeah, it's
you know?
gold. It's
Yeah.
Give us
class.
another
Real
crownie.
gold.
And they're
Real gold.
nice. And I reckon
I
it's
actually think
almost
they're
half
nice.
placebo. That bottle looks so good. It's like,
It's thin. And it's also got the crown like embossed into the.
It's great.
Yeah, the first time I had a crownie, I actually don't. I think it's not a bad beer as well. I think it's very underrated for an Australian beer.
they don't even have a can version.
No.
But where'd they go? Why'd they stop?
I think they're around
You can
still.
still see them every now and then. You can, at the
Really?
casino, I've seen them. I got one. I treated myself.
Yeah.
But but you know, because it's craft.
Check yourself right.
They've got craft beers now, so I don't think
Yeah,
they.
okay.
Everyone's like, I don't like that anymore. But
Not in cans.
so
Which year are we talking?
This is like, when was this? 15 years ago.
Okay. Yep. All right. So in the
I'd say.
2000s. Yep.
2000s.
Yep.
Yeah,
Got
not
your
that
crown
long ago.
out. It was a good time for crowns.
I
I
was still
see what's
partying.
happening.
My partying career was still going.
Glass in the pool as well. Very risky.
Must
Yeah.
have been a
Man.
fancy resort.
I don't even know if we went in, to be honest. I think we're just banana lounging it up. You
Yeah,
know what
why
I mean?
would you go in? You're not a
Yeah,
baby.
Just
Keep
watching
going.
other people swim.
Yeah. Real
And they're like,
perv
who are
vibes.
these,
Yeah.
they're like,
yeah.
who are these piss heads by the pool?
Who are these classy
And they're wearing-
drunk men?
And we're in jeans probably from the night before.
Scorching hot.
Yeah.
It's so hot in cans too.
Yeah.
That's why the crownies tasted so good, man, you know. And with a hangover, it's like, yeah. I'm
There's
on
only one
fire.
cure. Keep going.
Exactly. Hair of the dog. And then, so we're smashing it. Anyway, I'm going, Ash, we've got this function. We've got to go. And he's like, do we have to? And I'm like, yeah,
He's
I got to
gotta-
do. I
yeah.
go, dude, they've flown us here. I have to. Anyway, we go back. We get changed upstairs in the hotel.
He doesn't have to go though. You know, it's just you got to pop in.
I know, but I want him to come because I don't really.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
people I'm working for and that. I go, just come, mate, you know. And anyway, we get changed. Everything's cool. We're going down to the function, which is just down at the bottom of the hotel in like the foyer, near the foyer or whatever. And I just look in. We get down, come out the lift. I look in the function, and I just turn to Ash and I said, "Nah, we're not. We're going out."
Great.
So we just walked
a
straight.
really
out.
good
We
idea.
just walked straight out of the hotel and went straight out, and found the most happening club. And
In cans, so
Yeah.
you know what's going off.
it was going off. It was like December, so
Back to the resort.
happening.
Yeah.
And yeah, rock in about 5 a.m, and so we're taking off to fly back to here at like 10 a.m. or something. So we had to all meet at the foyer again, and no one could look me in the eye. Like,
Well, what did they want you at the party so badly
Why do they
for?
want you there?
'cause
You
got-
made a good move. They should have been grateful.
I don't know, because there was a gap. Like, and you just had to be there for the meals, and there was awards. I don't know. They wanted
Maybe you got an
award.
award.
I doubt it.
Worst employee. Yeah. They're like, yeah, Billy Stiles.
So,
then
yep.
I'm sat. So then I'm like, I'm done, because they couldn't. Even my mates at this company couldn't look at me. They were like disappointed in me, like, you know. And so we fly out, but I'm next to the boss, like
Oh
on the
my
plane.
god.
You would have
He's
smelled
not
good.
talking to me at all.
Because you're
not
still
even-
sucking down crownies.
He's
Got
not
one
even
in each
like.
pocket.
He's not even good morning. There's no good mornings or nothing from anyone.
God, they really wanted you
I was
at that
gone.
party.
So I didn't go. I didn't like. I can't remember how they told me, but I kind of knew not to go back.
No, you did get fired. You quit.
I'm taking that as a
That's-
win.
Nah,
you didn't get
I
fired.
I think you got Employee of the Month as well.
No, I think someone emailed me or something, but
I didn't open it.
I said something. But I said something back to them. Like, I gobbed off in the email too. I'm like, I don't care. I hate you anyway, or something.
Yes,
Yes.
that is the best
Like
response.
that. The one that did it, I didn't like her. I still remember. I won't say her name, but I didn't like her attitude all year either.
It's Teresa for sure.
Anyway,
And
so
yeah,
So that's that story.
that is really,
I'm
really
gone
good.
from that. And then the next year,
Oh, you go 2 from 2. Same.
2 in a row, mate.
Oh my
So different.
Lord.
Obviously, it's a completely
New
different
company, new
place.
company.
New Billy.
New company. I got this.
New friend, is Ash allowed to come?
No.
How many friends
No,
have
it's
you
not a
been
trip
through
this
as
time.
well? I'm loving this. He's like,
this one's just
my mates.
this is Bretty O'Reilly's in Brunswick, and if you're from Melbourne,
yep.
you know that. I don't know if you've heard of that one. You know
Yeah.
the pub though. So the Brunswick used to be there near the Brunny comedy where we
Yes.
do comedy and that. So So I've got through another year of employment at this one.
Congratulations.
Love this. I got through another year of employment. Yeah, absolute turmoil. Well
but
done.
I had this boss, and he was like an England traveller, and he got the job as manager at this thing, and he was like nasty all year, and like I was drinking heaps before the party.
Crowns
like,
or?
No, bourbon and Coke.
Yes, you got to keep the body guessing, you know.
I was living with a girl that I met that night in Cairns, though.
What?
Yeah, I forgot that part of the story. I met a girl that night, and she moved down to be with me. Bad move for her.
Wait, from the night out that you had in Cairns?
Yeah.
That's love. That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's a
Did you
great
tell the
story.
boss that when he was
Yeah.
silent? I mean, I know you're upset, but I've met the love of my life.
I'm loved, dude. Yeah, she moved down, and we were living in
Wow.
Clifton Hill together. And I'm drinking before this party. She knew that I didn't get on with this guy, and she's like, "Just behave tonight." You know what I mean?
Telling you what to do.
And yeah,
Controlling already. It's not even been a year yet, babe.
No,
Pump
she
the
already
brakes.
She already knew though.
We've had
Writing was-
15 rums. Or
the
sorry,
writing
bourbons.
was, the writing was on the wall.
Yeah.
Anyway, his name was Oliver, this guy, the manager, and he's like, where I get there, everything's all right until Oliver goes, "Hey, Billy, get me a bourbon." I'm standing at the bar. He's sitting down. And I said, "Can I swear on this?"
Yeah.
Yeah. I just said the C word twice.
I said, "How about you go fuck yourself, Oliver?" And
I reckon you've said that sentence heaps in
I
your
had
life.
at work.
Every
And-
Oliver you've
There you
met.
go, fuck yourself.
Every
That's a good
Oliver.
one. And full eye contact?
Yeah, mate.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
Because I go, "We're not at work now, mate. You can't tell me what to do." And he gets up, and then we're like this, and I'm just like, "What are you going to do?" You know, like it's not work now. We're outside work hours. But I'd had a few bourbons and that, you know, and I didn't like him.
No.
And he threw a punch. So he throws a punch. So
Oliver!
it's on in Bridie's in front of him.
he threw the first punch.
Yeah, I
That's
kind of
very
made him. It was my plan.
Yeah. You're fucking negging him. Yeah.
I was negging because he wasn't. I could tell that I could handle him, but I wanted him to start it. So I was just baiting him about how bad England were in the Olympics and that.
Classic.
So you've been winding him up this whole time, and then you're just waiting for the cat. Yeah.
And then
so
you
it's
told
on.
him to go fuck
So we had a
himself.
full punch on, but Bridie's in front of everyone and that, and he like ran out of Bridie's and ran across the road. I was following him still.
Crying.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he jumped in a car or a taxi or something and took off, and I just went back in. But
You chased him out.
he
Like a
ran
dog.
out.
Also, the wild mover gone, well, that's over. I'll just head back in and continue with this free bar tab.
But I didn't.
Bourbon, thanks.
Yeah, I'm back. And go fuck yourself.
Actually,
that was me. You remember?
make it a Canadian club.
Yeah,
Forget
yeah.
the Jim Beam.
Yeah. All right, I'll have one water.
So I didn't follow him. I didn't run after him. I just followed him out to see,
make sure he's
make
gone.
sure he got home safely
Yeah,
no.
we love
You're just
Oliver.
doing that little. Yeah, that's right. I won, you motherfucker.
and stay out.
And stay out.
But he
Did anyone come back in like Billy?
Yeah,
Billy.
did they love it? Or and then how did you know?
no one loved it.
Yeah, the vibe wasn't electric when you returned.
I think in hindsight, like at the time, I thought Oliver was being a prick to me all year, and I always thought if I saw him again, I'd say sorry about that night, because you know how you look and you go, it's probably me. 2 years in a row, you know.
Yeah.
I had a problem with authority. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, I can
You don't
see.
like rules.
I go, that guy's a cunt. But then I'm like, yeah, but you're winding him up to the point that he's doing something.
Being
and
8
you're like,
minutes late every day.
yes.
You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
that
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
stuff.
And you're like,
Yeah.
God, he's such a stickler for details. Yeah, I was 20 minutes late. Fuck off.
Yes,
you know,
I kicked over all the swatches. What? What's your problem, Oliver?
Stop picking on me. Yeah.
You can't I'm colorblind. I can't put them back
I
together.
can't help you. What ADHD will bite.
Yeah, so I've had time to realise it was probably me
Yeah.
attracting it. Or,
And what changed then? What changed? What made you change? You had to pay the bills. You had to pay the sheriff.
with employment, yeah, it just I don't know. Oh, well, I stopped drinking. Amazing.
How long ago?
I don't want to hear
Okay.
this. I love my
Okay.
drink too much. I don't want
How-
to hear it's fixed your life.
I hung on for as long as I could, dude. It was getting too bad. Like,
Yeah.
I was drinking hungover. So it got to the stage where I was getting to IGA up the road from my house before the staff to get Sunday's hangover beers. I used to call it exotic Sunday because I would only drink beers from overseas.
That is exotic.
Yeah.
That is that's classy. That's
Yeah.
good.
And
Guys, what I'm doing is fine at 9 a.m. because I'm wearing a Hawaiian shirt. It's exotic Sunday. Dun, dun, dun,
You
dun,
know how
dun,
it is. Go fuck yourself, Oliver.
I didn't know that they can't serve you alcohol in supermarkets till 10 or something. That's how I found out.
Oh.
By going in there. And seeing if I could get beers before.
And they said, no, we don't care
They're
what
like,
day
dude,
it is.
wait till 10 o'clock. I'm like, what difference?
So, how long ago, how many years have you not had
So
a drink?
By the time I started comedy, which was 2015, I was pretty much, I was still drinking then because I got pretty drunk before my first
Exotic
gig.
Sundays. Yeah.
But,
On a Tuesday, it kept going.
but I think around
Big weekend.
you get to that stage with comedy where you can't do it. You're drinking every night. Right?
Yes.
So I was
That's
having
it.
one or two before comedy. I'm like, I was getting bloated and I saw a few photos of myself and I'm like, can you get healthy? So I
wanna wear white shirts.
And the hangovers were catching up. So it was time. And then you just don't lose jobs when you're not drinking because your
There you go, Brad.
temperament's better.
Well, I'm my own boss, so that's the problem.
Yes,
Like,
no
stay in
one's
bed,
fine.
champ. Have the day off.
It's Exotic Sunday every
Yeah.
day.
I've only got to justify my stuff to me,
That's pretty cool.
Meanwhile, I've got a hard drive with about 15 of these episodes on that I haven't edited yet.
I feel like you've been sacked from job?
I was actually thinking, in the intro, I was like, yeah, I've been fired from heaps of jobs, but I don't think I have.
Yes, you have.
I don't think I have.
I feel like you have.
I've walked out of a lot, but I don't think I've ever, was
Okay,
like,
so
man,
you
I've been fired
quit.
from a lot of jobs. And then I said to my mum, I was like, I'm doing a podcast because I've been fired from a lot of jobs. And she's like, I don't think you've been fired from any jobs.
You just walk out.
I just don't come back.
I feel like you
or I
could-
just tell them to fuck
I
off.
feel like you could talk to bosses so they'd like you and you'd keep your job. Whereas I'm more introverted. Like if I don't like someone, they know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can't do that thing where you're real nice to someone you don't like.
Yeah, I can't imagine you being mean to anyone except for someone called Oliver.
Yeah, in a place of authority where people are telling me to do things, I can
Yeah.
get angry. Like I'm like, stop, just leave me alone. I'm here.
But
Let me do it.
I'd say that
My way.
with firing, because sometimes most of my jobs have been casual. It's 25 hours a week, and then all of a sudden you got 4 hours a week.
Oh yeah, it's a peter out.
It's not here's fucking 7 warnings. We just won't give him a fucking
Yeah.
shift.
Yeah.
I've had heaps of those.
Oh, so that's firing.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, I like to take the win. I reckon
It's
I've never
absolutely
been
firing.
fired.
They just don't want you to kick down their wall of swatches. They're just like, if we just gently let him think he's made this decision,
Yeah.
then nothing will fall
But
down.
9 times out of 10, when they do that, you're like, the feeling's mutual. You're like, yeah, I don't give a fuck about Dick Smith Electronics or a bar or whatever the
Great.
fuck it is.
So when you storm out, they have to be like, oh no. And then they all high five each other. They're like, he's gone. We did
yeah,
it.
but you just go, oh, this is not for me anymore. Like, I've never had a big blow up.
Yeah.
I think
Billy's had heaps.
I just didn't know where the next job was coming from. It was too hard, to get jobs,
Yeah.
And on my resume, it had too many jobs. My sister had a look at my resume for me because I wasn't getting jobs. She goes, yeah, Billy, there's 17 jobs on here. You can't. So we just cut it down to 2.
Yeah, okay. Oh,
so
yeah.
Billy's a really loyal employee.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, they want to see that big time span on there,
And I didn't understand that stuff. But I wanted to show that I had variety. But my sister's like, that's not how it works.
Yeah, they just want to make sure you don't kick their shop in.
Have you been sacked?
No,
I feel like you
no,
haven't.
never
I
been
have
sacked.
been sacked. I just
you
thought
have,
of it
I know.
then. Yeah.
But you've been sacked. I think that you think walking out is you making that decision. But you walking out is them making the decision to never let you back in.
I need this mentally. I've never been fired. But no, I was hiding a broken hand. And
Was it in Billy's car?
he was driving around. I couldn't fucking find it.
it.
No, I was fired from Toll because I had a broken hand and I was hiring. And they're like, hiding. And they're like, what's wrong with your fucking thing? And I was like, there's nothing wrong with it. And they were like, they thought I was trying to
It's
claim
bent
it was
backwards.
broken at work. But I broke it on the weekend.
Yeah.
But I knew I could kind of work with one hand. So I was hiding it because I was the
Was it in
priority.
a cast?
No, I had a plastic glove,
That's
but I'd take because it's hold it in
unnerving.
that position, and then I'd just take it off at work, and then just keep doing my stuff with one hand.
But why's he got a glove on?
Yeah, I'm like,
Where's he doing?
I'm working on my golf swing.
I'm right into Michael Jackson at the minute.
Yeah, I'm more of an OJ guy,
That's funny.
And they're like, man, you're fucking fired because they thought I was trying to set myself up for a broken thing. But I actually wasn't. I just wanted to keep the job because I had the best job in the world and because no one checked in on me and they'd pay me like $1,200 a week when I was 20.
That's rich.
It's fucking heaps because
Yeah.
I was the priority driver for Toll.
Yep.
So if someone wanted to get a parcel from WA to Sydney, they could get it there in 5 hours. But I'd have to sit around in a van.
Yeah.
And as soon as the phone went off, I'd just drive and I'd take it to the airport. You wouldn't even really scan it in. But the thing is, no one ever knew how many parcels were coming through because it was such like a prestige job. They'd pay $5,000 for it to happen sometimes.
Oh my God. Yeah, okay.
And then they'd be like, where were you? I was like, I just had 2 rush jobs or whatever. 90% of the week was me at home or sleeping in the back of the van or going and hanging out with mates or having long lunches. And they'd call and I said, man, I've just had 3 deliveries. They're like, keep going, man. You're doing such a good job.
Holy hell.
I was never, and then I'd have to, 4 hours at night, I'd have to saw. And then I'd be like, yeah, big day in the office. And then they clocked. Also,
long
yeah,
did
I
you
think
do
they
it
clocked
for?
on I was doing that as well. Maybe it wasn't just the hand.
It was
yeah,
not
yeah.
the hand at all.
How good's a nap on a job? Like,
Oh my God. You do. I love how you guys talking like all of this stuff's really normal.
You too. Oh,
It's
man.
not.
You can
It's
get. I used
just
to nap.
ADHD.
I worked at Balustrating WA, same company I shouted out before. They used to have
Yeah.
these massive desks that we used to build all the balustrating on, and there was like 12 guys. So like you couldn't see all the noise of the factory. So I used to have a swag down the back, and I used to go have an hour nap.
yeah, I've had a few.
And you didn't get fired from that? As if. Come on.
No, I did get fired from that one
There
as
you
well.
go.
Yeah,
There we
yeah,
go.
yeah. It's all
It'll
coming
all
back
come
to me. It's
back,
all
yeah.
coming back to me.
Yeah. Slowly,
But I
slowly.
butchered on the way out, not intentionally. I accidentally fucked up because you have to make glass balustrading that kind of stops you from falling off balconies and shit.
Okay.
On second-story buildings, that's what a balustrade is, or stairways. And I had like this crazy intricate job that was about $100,000 worth of balustrading, but I was off by 5% on everything, so it fucked up like $50,000 worth of glass. And my mate rang me. He's like, "Do you know what you did on the way out?" And I was like, "No, I didn't do that on purpose." And he's like, "You fucked up." And I was like, "Sucked in, cunts." So yeah, maybe I have been fired a few times. I'm in denial. I need a win today.
Have you just been a good employee?
No, I think that I had jobs as a teenager, which was fine. But then when I got into because I was a teacher, it's actually impossible to get fired as a teacher. I'm
They just
there are
move you to a
places-
different school.
Yeah, look, there's people
Like
who are
pedos in the
dreadful
church,
teachers.
they just move them
Exactly,
around.
just they're like, oh yeah, and look, if they like say, oh, we actually have a lot of teachers. If you have got a contract there, another school has to take you.
Yeah.
It's impossible to get fired as a teacher.
I've seen a
recommend
teacher
it.
hit a student
Yeah,
and they
they're
still
fine.
keep their job.
Absolutely fine. They might have to move away, but I've got a job at the moment that I'm sure the boss wants to fire me, but he just because
Is it because you're on Have You Been Paying Attention roasting him? Going,
Are you still
What's
teaching?
small?
No, I'm
My
not
boss's
teaching.
dick.
I teach you, I'm just doing this writing job, and I can't help it. Every day I will like make jokes about how I'm not going to do anything today, and I think it's really funny to watch this
Yeah.
person squirm because he hates it so much.
Oh, I
And
know. I know who you're talking about now, and I know how
Yeah.
stressed out he would be at
It
that
would be-
idea.
I don't know why I do it, and so I'm just kind of
You're doing the Billy.
Yeah.
You're
He's-
like, oh, that's why that guy wanted to fight me.
yeah, Billy O'Reilly.
You
will
never,
go to
but you
there.
tend to never get sacked when you don't care. Like,
Yeah, this is
like
true.
lately,
Okay.
it's like when you care about something too much. Like when I needed the money, I'd get sacked. But in these jobs lately, when I had money, I never got sacked, even though I didn't care. Like I was just like, they're not going to sack me because I kind of don't care. Like I'd admit that I wasn't working as hard as the other guys lately, but I'd get away with it for
Yeah.
some reason because I
Also,
didn't.
you
I had
don't
no
have to
fear.
put 110% in all the time.
You don't.
No, but I
Fucking
think
70%
51,
fine. 50 to
51.
70.
I feel like did you get written warnings all the time? I feel like you've just got fined very
No,
quickly.
a lot of my sackings were before that, like the
oh,
three
okay,
thing.
yeah.
I got sacked once on the last day of a trial after a 15-hour driving shift, and the guy, I was so angry, and the guy, like, because the rules.
You don't get paid for trials.
Yeah, I got paid,
Okay.
but then like your pay goes up once you get past that trial, and he'd done it, and I found out that he'd done it to like the last
Mother,
5 or
what a
whatever.
piece of
But he
shit.
locked the factory door on me because I was like 15 hours. I've been down the Great Ocean Road delivering pies.
God.
He's like, "Yeah, sorry, it's not working out," and I'm like, "Not working out. Something's about to not work out." You know what I mean?
What
And he-
did you do?
Pie
to
on your
him?
face. Actually.
I just no. He just he saw me, and he saw me. I think we're on the phone having this discussion. It's not you. He sacked me over the phone because he's leaving the factory. I go, "You wait there, mate, because I'm going to come and see you." And I got there, and he was like, "When?"
Lights are off. He's cowering behind the door. I'm not home.
I know you're in there, Oliver.
And he was about to get in his car in the like outside the factory, and he saw me, and he ran back into the factory and pulled the door shut and locked it. And I waited 3 hours, like, for him to come out.
Well, you had a lot of free time. You're unemployed.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I still drive past that joint. It's out in Hallam, and I think I wonder if he's still there. You know, like that guy.
And then you waited
good to
3
see
hours
you've
and you
moved
left.
on, you
Yeah,
know?
you're fine. You seem really happy with it.
Yeah, I had another guy once not pay me. I did 2 months' work and didn't pay me. Same deal. Like, there's some dodgy people out there. Eh?
Yeah.
There's some scumbags who take advantage of people. I would have reversed my car and put like the tow ball on the door and then just left it there overnight, so he had to stay there. Like a real cunt move.
That'd be good.
Well, Billy was going to stay there anyway.
I'm never that tactical at the time.
I'm very
angry.
tactical.
Yeah,
I like to
furious.
fuck people over.
I can't switch off the anger. I'm like, anyway, but yeah, that's it. There's probably more in my.
Oh, there'd
Mate,
be
we
so
can always
much.
get you on a second time.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for
part
joining
2.
us.
Billy, I can't wait to hear more of these stories. I just feel like we've had very different lives and we've
Heaps.
approached everything very differently. And I think that's a good thing.
My
But
mum's
for
also, I
me.
feel Billy's taught you today because you were like, maybe I'm the problem with my current boss, you know?
And it's not how you're educated.
Did you say no?
I've never thought that.
I would have thought you
No,
might have had.
I refuse to move
I would have
on
thought
and
you
learn.
might have had a bit more rebel in you, but. So my mum's a teacher, so it's not how you like. My mum drilled it into me to like be good at school, but you know what it's like with ADHD. You just can't.
You can't. My mum was a teacher assistant, so I get it. But I was just like, yeah, that's cool, but also bushfires are fun.
Naturally, you used to light fires.
No, but at the school. At the school, though. At the school. Yeah, we're kids. We're just like...
Spark them up.
Yeah, them on
yeah,
demandables. Yeah.
Oh my
controlled
God.
environment.
It's controlled. It's a burn off. I was helping.
There's rocks around.
It was back burning. I was helping the council out. I should have got paid.
We did that. Must be a boy thing. Eh?
It's just a boy thing to dig holes and
Light fires.
just fucking light fires.
Grab a magazine.
Boy,
chuck it in.
ADHD. Yeah.
Yeah.
You feel like that's to blame for a lot of things. Let's never take away from your disabilities, guys.
Yeah, you know what? It is a disability. All these people on TikTok are like, I'm so ADHD. I was like, I've seen no fires lit by you, so you don't have it. I want to see the burn marks on your fingers or fuck off. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for following us and listening to the Work Hates pod. Give it up for Billy Stiles. Yes, thanks for joining us. We will be back next week. Make sure you follow us on all the social media and all that boring stuff. Like, subscribe, and until next week, we'll see ya. Bye.
See ya.
I've been fired from a lot of places. I've been fired from so many places.
I went into the class one day, real bullets. Kill me.